who comes to you and first proposes the Beauty and the Beast angle?
Strongbow. I mean, through Vince. It was Vince's idea, but Strongbow came and says, I got this idea. It's always got to be this. He said, I do better than that. And he wanted to do this, and I said, yeah, we could do that. It could be fun. And it just was a real natural thing. First of all, Elizabeth was really good candy to look at. She's a nice-looking gal. Randy is very, very jealous. That's for real. Mm-hmm. So it was just a natural thing that was going to work. And so when I went out and gave her the flowers, and she didn't know what to do with it. She'd played it so well. And then Randy jumped off, and then the rest of it just took off. It was a great run, except it was very difficult every night.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Working with Savage always has difficulties for people. Tell me about the difficulties you first encountered, maybe when he came up to you with a pile of paper.
Well, that was later on. This is the beginning. Then
this is the beginning of the
yeah, okay,
feud,
he came.
yeah.
Then we do a Saturday Night Main Event where it really started. But I knew Randy as a little boy. I knew his dad. I worked with his dad in Detroit way back when. So I've known him a long time. I have a lot of respect for Randy. First of all, he's got a tremendous work ethic. He works hard. The world was changing. I called it as the ring turns, and the business was becoming very different. And I'm old school. I mean, I never knew what I was going to do in the ring till I did it, which I think is the best way to work back then. And Randy was coming in this where you do a lot of talking in the locker room, and he had everything pretty much laid out before you went to the match. Go to step A, to step B, to step 3. That's not me at all. So we had troubled waters coming.
Right.
You could see it coming. And we get to Tampa for the Saturday Night Main Event show, and that's probably the following week or so. He comes in, he's got this list like you got here. I want to throw him like I did. But he give me this here. He's got the match written out. I look at it, and I take the first one. It's on a wired notebook. I rip it off, and I rip it up, and I throw it in the garbage. As I did that, Randy went, ugh. Took the second one, ugh. Third, fourth, fifth one. Finally, I said, just listen to me, kid, we'll have a good match. And he was like,
And these were all spots.
Oh, there's a whole match. Not just spots, it's a whole damn match. We're going to walk through this thing like a dance, which I couldn't do anyhow. I'm not that smart. And I couldn't memorize it, and I didn't have a clue. So that wasn't going to happen. And so the next year and a half, just about, we worked almost every night. And there was always a little bit of a feud. And on top of that, he was very jealous. So, there was a guy that nobody remembers, I'm sure. It's called the Junkyard Dog. Mm. He was my tag team partner very often, and he loved to rib also, and so do I. And Randy would be so uptight, and JYD would throw the little barbs at him, and just tease him a little bit. And I would always, just before I go to the ring, he would be so uptight because we'd always be doing something with Elizabeth. That's my wife, you gotta. And I'd say, hey, I got a daughter older than her. Relax. But just as I'd leave, I'd say, but boy, I've had some runs with some of these young broads around here, and leave. And he was like, and I'm gone. So I had him right where I wanted him. When he come to the ring, really fired up.
So he even had legit jealousy
with the old man, the good-looking old man.
Well, I'm
That's
saying
unbelievable, right?
No, I didn't mean from that.
No, I am.
I meant with somebody who he's going to work so closely with.
Oh, absolutely.
For so long. This isn't some young stud walking into the company trying to take his wife. It's a guy he knows for years.
He loved his wife. He truly loved his wife. And I think the biggest mistake that a lot of guys made in the 80s was they brought their wives into the business. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. And most of those ended up in a disaster later on because the wives now become part of the work. I mean, come on.
But she was always good to work with.
Oh yes, Elizabeth was.
Down for anything you wanted to do.
Here's what would happen. I'd be standing up like this here. Elizabeth would be here. Randy would be there. We're talking. He would get between us, push her out of the way. I'm telling you.
This is in the locker room.
Yeah. He just didn't want anybody. He was conquering space with Elizabeth. It was just a real uptight thing, which made it easy to work with.
Yeah.
Stop and think about it, because it was a real jealousy.